Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to lesson 4-7, Make Sense and Persevere. Now, this is the last lesson in topic 4. After this, we're going to have our math test. So this lesson reviews everything that we've learned in this chapter. So all of the strategies, all of the things you need to pay attention to while you're working, and reminds you of how to solve problems when you get stuck. Let's go ahead and watch our short video, and then we're going to jump into our notes and guided practice together.
The park has a large garden with a walkway around it. The park's ground crew are going to paint the walkway. What is the area of the walkway? How can you make sense of and solve this problem? I can identify the quantities given. Understand how the quantities are related. Choose and implement an appropriate strategy. Check to be sure my work and answer make sense. You need to find the area of the garden and walkway together. Then, you need to subtract to find only the area of the walkway. What is the area of the whole park?
Select your answer.
The park has dimensions 52 feet by 85 feet. Multiply to find the area. The total area of the park is 4,420 square feet. Next, find the area of the garden. The area of the garden is 2,080 square feet.
Okay, so you can see what they did in this example so far. So they had the entire park with the walkway around it, and they calculated the area of that section. And then they calculated the area of the garden, which is the grassy area in the middle. Once they found the area of the garden, now they need to find the difference between the two. So your hidden question was, what is the area of the entire park and what is the area of the garden?
Subtract the area of the garden from the total area of the park to find the area of the walkway. The area of the walkway is 2,340 square feet.
So you can see that in the beginning, they did the 85 times 52, and they found out that that all together, so this whole section with the walkway and the garden, the total was 4,420 feet. Then they calculated just the garden by itself because that's the area we need to remove. We need to take that out to figure out how much the walkway is. So they found out that was 2,080 feet. When they did that subtraction and they regrouped where they needed to, they found that the remaining area, which is just the walkway by itself, because we took out this middle section, we subtracted the area of that middle section with the 2,080. Once they took that out, they found out that the area of the walkway, which is just the part that goes all the way around the park, was 2,340 feet. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our notes. So I'm going to stop the sharing over here. We've got our title at the top, Make Sense and Persevere. Now again, for this lesson, because it is a review of the concepts that we've already learned, there's not going to be too much to it because this is all information that's already familiar to you. Now, to solve a problem, stop and ask yourself, what do I need to find? What is the information that they're asking me for? What do I need to solve? Your next thing that you need to figure out is, what do I know? So this is where you do a lot of your annotating in the question. You're going to circle those numbers, underline important information, underline what they're asking you. What is my plan to solve the problem? So what strategy am I going to use? Are they asking me to add or subtract? Do I need to multiply or divide? Do I need to do more than one thing before I can find my solution? What else can I try if I get stuck? So what's your backup plan? I'm going to give this a try, but if this doesn't work, I'm going to try something else instead. And how can I check if my answer is correct? What are you going to do to check for reasonableness? Are you going to estimate to find an answer? Are you going to do the inverse operation? Ask yourself what strategies you have to help you figure that out. And then once you're deciding how to solve, what do you need to do? First, you need to identify the quantities. Quantities mean numbers. So identify the numbers that they gave you. What do those numbers mean? What do they stand for? Figure out how those quantities or numbers are related to each other. Choose a strategy to try out, and then check your answer to see if it's reasonable. So I'm going to show you guys the question for your guided practice, and then we're going to solve it together. For your guided practice, it says, on her vacation, Julia filled 3 memory cards like the one shown. She printed 2 copies of each picture. How many pictures did Julia print? So the first question says, what do you know? The second question says, what steps will you take to solve it? And the third question says, how many pictures did she print? Explain. So let's go back and hop into our notes. So what do I know? We know that she filled 3 memory cards. We know that each one holds 24 pictures. We saw that from the question, from the picture in the question. If you looked on the right, it had a picture of the memory card and it told you it held 28 pictures. We also know that she made 2 copies of each one of those pictures that she took. Now, how am I going to solve it? First, I'm going to multiply to find the total number of pictures, right? I need to multiply the 28 pictures times those 3 memory cards. And then I need to multiply that product times 2 to figure out how many pictures she took. So first I did the 28 times 3, and that gave me 84. And then I did those 84 pictures all together, and I multiplied them by 2 to get 168. So she printed 168 pictures. She took 84 pictures, and then she printed 2 copies of each. Those are all of your guided practice questions for this lesson and our very short notes. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, 4th grade. Take care. Bye-bye.